Good afternoon, OTT Sports Network on the air with you, Family Sports Arena in Centennial, Colorado. I'm Harry Haviland in the box alongside Shooter McGowan, where your Warriors are going to be dropping the puck at center ice against the team from Arvada. This is only the Warriors' second regular season game. I know it seems like we've been on here forever with a couple of tournaments and some exhibitions, but they are 1-0 in the regular season, taking on a team right now that is 2-1, I believe. They've had 3. But looking forward to some exciting action. We do see this team again next week, the first game of Silver Sticks up at the Apex. But a long time between now and then. Shooter, you were talking about this warm-up here. How are you doing and how's things looking out on the ice for the boys?
I'm doing well, appreciate it. These kids are looking really sharp in their warm-up. They're quick, they're shooting like rockets. I hope they can continue this. It's looking pretty good.
Speed is going to be key and some goal scoring. We haven't been sniping a lot, but our attempts have come from goals have come from second and third attempts. I think that a key to this should be, and I know the coaches were talking about in the pregame press conference, continuing to crash the net. That first attempt's not always going to go in, but the second one and the third one very well may. Definitely
one of the lost opportunities over the last couple of tournaments we've played. We just haven't been that physical in front of the net. We got to start picking up that garbage, and you're absolutely right. I think you're going to see a different team today.
And backing up Simon Prokop today is going to be Jack Graham. He's in there behind the net. Prokop is going to get the start between the pipes down on the bench supporting his team. You can see Jacques Halot down there just stepping back out. He'll be joining us in the press box at some point, I'm sure. He's continuing to feel better every day. Your thoughts, prayers, well wishes, and everything else that everybody's been sending to him and his family have been definitely much appreciated.
You mentioned Jack Graham. Have you seen Jack Graham's hair recently?
I have not.
That kid has got the best hockey hair. The flow is just amazing. I don't know where it came from, but incredible.
Have to get him without his bucket on after, maybe just skating off the ice or something. It's like it's gonna be McGowan centering Weber and Lair to start this one. Kolchevsky and that's not Cannonberg. Oh, it is Cannonberg. Oh, it looked like a 16 on his shoulder the way it was folded over. Kolchevsky and Cannonberg on the point. All set to drop the puck here. Arapahoe AA Bantam against Arvada. McGowan leaning down into that one. It's won by Arvada. Arapahoe chases it into the corner. Weber putting the pressure on behind the net. Lair stepping inside the blue line, forcing him up off the boards to the blue line where Kolchevsky keeps it in. Tip back over to Lair, working hard in the corner. Reed Lair spinning back around, has it on his backhand, drop to Kolchevsky. At the point, shot comes through. That one's blocked at the top of the circle by the forward sliding across. They quickly transition that one, wave it as a no offside as it's dumped in back for Prokop to tag up on it. Dropped over there for Kolchevsky. He's up the board. The tap feed out to McGowan and tries to get it to Lair. A little bit outside of his reach. Lair now forces that one in on the goaltender. McGowan's going to come in and take an extra poke at that. A little bit before the whistle, though. Ref's got to be a bit quicker on those whistles, or that could get dangerous in front of the net.
No doubt. Not sure if you caught that elbow to Kolchevsky's head, but that was a missed call.
I did miss that one. Where did that happen?
Right here on the blue line.
I can't see everything up here. This is why I go back and watch the game after. Toto, Woolley, and Medeo back out there now.
Great hit by Toto.
Crushes his man into the boards. Toto comes out of it with the puck. We are still missing Salazar. He's out on concussion protocol for at least another week. Hoping to have him back by Silver Sticks, but we'll keep you updated. Benevelski back in his own end. Turning on that one, he's partnered up with Moores. Toto puts another shoulder into the guy, but they can't get it outside the zone with Medeo poking it. Benevelski's going to look to go the other way, shoveling it up on the backhand of Woolley. Taps it, but not all the way out. Coming all the way in, Prokop is going to hang on to that, and we'll see our third line coming out over the bench. Quick line changes here as we got 14:45 left to go. 16-minute periods, I'm imagining we started with. So seeing all 3 lines in the first minute and a half, that's good. Keep them rolling. We got legs on the bench. Let's use them. That means it's going to be Popovic, Foster, and Haviland. One back out to the blue line by Arvada. Arvada, are they the Bears now this year? I think I heard something about that. They've got the new logo with the claw on their chest. Gruber behind the net. Up to Haviland. Haviland's a little bit of room, trying to feed that one through to Popovich. Gets it taken away, but coming through in the backside is Foster. Arvada back out to center ice. Haviland drop pass over. Up again, Popovich gets that one, dumping it in. Foster chasing it down. Takes his man, finishing his hit. Love to see that by Foster. Kept in by Kolchevsky at the blue line. He's back out there as the D are also making quick change. Haviland forcing it. Back pass over to the far side. Kolchevsky keeping it in. Haviland still out there putting the forecheck on, and Kolchevsky holding on the blue line for the third attempt of clearing in a row. That one's going to sneak out to the blue line, and Cannonberg on the other side doing his job, holding the point. Sent all the way down by Arvada. They're going to cross the red line on the far end and send this one down for an icing call. 13:40 left to go here. The OTT Sports Network live with you in Littleton, Colorado, as Arvada and Arapahoe are all tied up at zeros.
So Harry, you have a lot of inside information around this team, being associated with them for a long time. What are we up against today?
Near and dear to my heart. I live in Arvada. We grew up playing with these guys, saying hi to a bunch of the parents and players before. They've always been a hard-fighting, skilled hockey team. They've got some big physical players as well. They're not afraid to muck it up. I think our Arapahoe needs to use our speed as Kolchevsky turns that one around. Use the speed, get these in deep, and this gets set up in the offensive zone. We've got a lot of good playmakers on this team. Like I said, we just need to finish. Laird trying to turn there. He gets tripped up. Woolley taking his man. Laird back with it. Feeds it in front on the backhand. McGowan sending one through. Doesn't get enough wood on it. Laird turns, fires. Shot blocker saved by the goaltender. Owen Moore dumps it around the corner. Reed Laird still in there deep. Utah looking to center that puck onto the tape of Weber, who gets another shot off. No rebound to be had, but that's good effort keeping that forecheck on, Shooter.
Great opportunity for McGowan. He got a little bit of handcuff there, but a lot of great pressure by all the skaters out there.
I'm liking how it is lean this way. We just gotta keep the pressure on. Toto winning that one. Woolley controls it. He's getting shoved up against the boards, but Toto now looking to pick that one up behind the net. Backhand kept in there. Kolchevsky stepping in from the blue line. Little pass Toto, and a backhand there by Medeo. Toto rushing in. And there's Arvada with their physicality pushing them out. No rebound again, but they're looking for it. They know it's there. We talked about it.
Arvada does not want anybody touching their goalie. They don't even want anybody smelling their goalie.
Do you smell the 14-year-old hockey player after they got off the ice?
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't want to smell anybody. Toto back to Medeo. That one gets centered out to the blue line. Benevelski unable to hold it in, makes that pass across to Moore. He fumbles it at the red line and then gets stepped around by Arvada. Working away back on the back check is Woolley. Shot comes off. Blocker saved by Prokop. Trying to wrap this around. Deacon Woolley tying his man up. Clearing. Woolley trying to gain his speed. Deacon Woolley celebrating his birthday last week.
I didn't get the invite.
I didn't either, but I just showed up anyways. It was a ripper. Putting some pressure on here. Eggleseder. Man goes down. He's going to pick it up. He's out there with Benevelski on defense. That one gets ripped high and bounces out across and all the way down the ice. It's rolling. With icing waved off as they're going to call some kind of deflection. I don't know how that happens.
Deflection off the ref.
Yeah. Trying to keep it in there was Popovic. Eggleseder stepping into the play now, walking in one-on-one against Benevelski. They take the long shot and sail one off the post. Lucky there as Devin Foster comes across. Foster breaking through. He's got one guy to beat. Couldn't quite stick handle his way through there as Popovic's coming in to chase him. Back around, Eggleseder swiping. Gruber coming back to it, diving. Play in front and a pad save. Prokop had to be quick. Gruber going into the corner. Haviland chasing it up on the boards. Out to the blue line. Arvada with the pressure now coming in. Foster flips out the blue line. Haviland's chasing it down. He's got the two defensemen making the passes back and forth. Up to the blue line. Gruber with the hit back into the defensive zone with Canterbury circling. Hard off the boards, bounces off the stanchion, and Popovic's got some room. He was looking for Haviland to step up. Or sorry, that was McGowan. But McGowan just got beat there by the defender coming back in black. Canterbury in his own net, in front of the net. Out to Lair on the far boards. Turned back out to center ice by Arvada. Knocked in hard off the backboards. Rebound comes out. Prokop takes it in the belly and hangs on. The tides have turned, but Prokop has been coming up big. Still 0-0 with time 10:24 left to go in the first period. It's way too early in the game to be sitting back on anything, Shooter. This Arvada team looks hungry, and they do have some skill and size out there. They control it off the faceoff and get it back out to the point. Trying to tip it in, taken away by Moore, and then flipped out at the blue line by Weber, but not cleared. Hard shot comes in off the backboards. Benevelski able to control it as he's looking for Weebs along the far side. Weber, that pass through the middle doesn't get all the way out. Moore tips it into the glove of Prokop, and
good heads-up play by Simon.
Warriors continue to be trapped up in their own zone as they make a line change with the Toto line stepping over the boards. Moore fighting, gets that one up and out. Moore has Medeo there with him, gets it over to Medeo. Medeo with the shot! Oh, looking to go 5-hole, and the goalie just closed up. Good effort there by Medeo as that puck was rolling, and he still managed to get a good attempt.
Not easy to do. Yeah, great patience by Medeo.
He's still out there with Woolley on the other wing, sandwiching Toto at the draw. Benevelski and Moore on the blue line. That one got one over, but Arvada's going to control, taking this out of their own end. Benevelski eyeing that player up, coming across the blue line. Benevelski taking this one away. Hard over to the far side for Medeo, picks it up on his forehand. Has forced to drop that one back to Moore as he takes the hit. Moore flips it out through center ice. Arvada collecting just inside their own blue line. D to D across the side. Toto chasing it down, touched up there by Egelseeder, and back to Benevelski. Benevelski off the backboards to Egelseeder. Lets that one go, and him and Medeo can't come up with it. Toto steps back deep into the defensive end to get it and manages to flip it over the blue line. Arvada with the pressure now as they turn it one more time, dumping in deep, and then they change up. It's time here for Egelseeder. He's got Woolley way up, and Woolley couldn't quite stick handle around the back pressure of the big D-man in black. Toto, Gruber, back and forth, caught up in the ref skates right in front of the Arvada bench. Medeo pushing up against there with Gruber. Drop back over, Gruber backhand to center ice. Goes around Medeo, and Foster's off the bench looking for it. Big hit there by Egelseeder. Gruber back around the boards. Haviland tied up. They're going to let that one sneak out across the blue line. Nobody touches it until it gets across the red line, but it's Arvada that picks it up first. Arvada now. They missed up on that pass. Egelseeder's back with it. Looking to turn this back and get some offensive action going. Flipping that one hard off the boards. It just jumped over Popovic. They wave off icing, and the goaltender's going to come out and tag up. Pops with the good look out at centers. He managed to sneak behind the D, but the pass came in with a little too much heat.
You know, we're looking really quick. I think we're going after the puck quite well, but we're just not being physical enough. We're not, I shouldn't say we're going after the puck well. We're not going after the puck well. We're following the puck. We're just not trying to secure the puck.
Trying to secure a goal in the offensive zone off the draw, but they're unable to do so. And it's flipped back out to center ice. Canterbury puts it back in the zone, picked up by Arvada. In on top of Prokop, and he's forced to cover up one more time. Cannonberg with a little bit of pushing and shoving in front of the net. They don't like us touching their goalie, we don't like them in front of ours. Fair enough. An eye for an eye.
Trying to determine which goalie smells worse. I think that's what it's all about.
In the slot, open shot comes in. Prokop had that one whistled by him off the backboards, and then comes again sneaking through the slot, picked back up by Lair. Couldn't get a pass out to McGowan, and it's kept in. Another shot in by Arvada. To the point, kicked out by Lair, and then sent all the way down by McGowan. This one's going to be an icing call as it crosses the goal line. with 7:34 left to go here in the first. Complete line change with the Toto line stepping across the bench. Medeo and Woolley, of course, with him. And that's Benevelski and Moore, man in the deep back. One back to Benevelski. He curls back into his own corner, tries to feed that off the boards to Woolley. It's tagged up, icing's waved off, and Toto gets on his horse and tries to trot down and pick this one up. Arvada sends it around the far side. Medeo comes in, takes his man. Good job by Woolley keeping that in at the blue line. It's spun back in, trying to get control of this and get set up. It's now snuck back across. Medeo over to Benevelski, back to Woolley, flipped up off the glass, and Toto's there trying to backhand it. Back to Benevelski, back to Woolley. Beacon Woolley knocking his way through a few bodies, can't get through all four of them. And then Arvada taps it out of the zone. Gets through Benevelski and a 2-on-1 develops as Arvada walks in, looking for the shot, and Prokop coming up big. Arvada 2-on-0 and Prokop making the save. Toto couldn't sneak that one through to Medeo. It's kicked off a stick and back to Benevelski, who sends it up to Toto. Tips that one in, no icing on the call. Popovic first racing back for it. Around hard, out to the blue line. Haviland trying to keep it in. It's jumping over sticks left and right. Gruber takes a knee, and we got another 2-on-1. Arvada handles that one and sneaks it through Popovic. I don't want to say I seen it coming, but the pressure was definitely leaning in favor of Arvada here in the last little bit. Warriors started off hot and haven't been able to continue.
Kind of at a loss for words right now. I just not sure what they're doing. They just need to find that fire right now. They don't have it.
2 2-on-1s in a row there. Second one pays off. It's a 1-0 hockey game with 6:22 left to go in the first. Foster, Popovic, and Haviland out with Kolcheski and Kannenberg.
It's a score thing.
Kannenberg, Kolcheski play fast with it, banking it up. Foster tips it up off the glass. Him and Haviland are fighting in front of the scorekeeper's bench. Kolcheski steps into the play, and Popovic kicks that one in, and then flips that one in. It's kicked right back out by Arvada. He manages to get it in on the second attempt, and Pop still has it in behind the net. Haviland going after it, fighting his man off. Kai Haviland doing some work in the corner, getting shoved back. Kai still has it, sends it out to the top to Foster. Just had it turned around. Good work there. Kannenberg goes down to the blue line. Foster comes in, throwing a hit. Around, through, at the slot. A couple of tips, steps up, can't get the shot. Foster coming back and getting a stick on it. Good job by Devin Foster tying that man up before he can get a shot off. Tipped out. Up around Kannenberg, back in for Kolcheski. They fight him off into the corner. Just trying to center it. Joe Kolcheski gets a stick on it and then kicks it up off the boards outside of the zone before Popovic could get to it, and he rips off for a change. Weber on the ice now with McGowan and Lair. As Arvada tips it through center, and Kolcheski backhand spins that one off in front of his own bench. It's kicked right back in. It's caught up in Kolcheski's skates and then turned around by Weber. Again, out, but not to anybody, as Lair is now looking to try and pick it up, but Arvada's not going to give it to him as they skirt their way in. Taken down there by Kannenberg. Up the zone and not out. Glove down and kept in, onside by Arvada, taken away by Weber. Weeb stops, pass up. And weren't they working on breakouts a couple of days ago in practice? Could have sworn they were. Up past McGowan, but that's going to be icing as he doesn't touch it. And bringing it all the way back into the Warriors zone. They're trailing 1-0 against this team hailing from Arvada, Colorado. We're live in Littleton, or not Littleton, Centennial, the other side of I-25. The OTT Sports Network, Harry Haviland, Shooter McGowan, mic'd up with you on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Colorado. Benevelski circling back. Sasha's going to try his own attempt at this one, taking it out, still carrying it. Now he knocks that one a little bit too hard and another icing call. Going back to thinking what they were doing a couple of days ago on a simple breakout. Coach Matt taking some pretty serious notes over there on the bench right now. I don't think I'd want to be listening to what he has to say if I was over there in the intermission.
let alone being a part of the next practice if this doesn't go our way.
Yeah, we definitely can't have him mic'd up in the intermission. I'm just going to leave it at that. Toto coming up. Van Toto across the blue line. He picks it back up off the boards. Snakes through his shin pads back into Arvada's end. They're off the side. Deacon Woolley keeping it in. Turns, fires it hard into the far corner. Toto gives chase. Benevelski stepping in off the blue line. It goes past him, but Woolley's back for it. Woolley keeps it out of the zone. Brought back in by Benevelski. Now he's starting Sasha, building up some speed through center ice. Arvada players coming back on him. He shoots one in. It's blocked. Bounces back into his stick. He just flips that one high in the corner. Goes over Medeo's head. Hit comes in. Medeo's walking his way around. Austin Medeo tripped up behind the net, and the Warriors are going to get a power play opportunity. See what they can do. 3:28 left to go. We're going to see a 2-minute penalty jump up on the boards against Arvada, or maybe a minute and a half. I have no idea what regular season rules are. We've played too many tournaments. I haven't had a chance to grind my way in. Yes, 2 minutes up on the board. Foster, Popovic, Haviland out there with Benevelski and Kannenberg. Couple of attempts to drop the puck. Foster has it under his skate, trying to tie it up. Haviland comes in to join him. It comes through. Haviland trying to get it over to Popovic. Haviland to Popovic. Pops has it. He's going to drop this one at the blue line for Kannenberg. Kannenberg trying to sneak it through the top of the slot where Foster was waiting. Instead, he works his way deep into the corner. Kannenberg on the backhand. Back over for Haviland. Arvada trying to take this one out of their zone. Good work there, kept in by Pops. And then back over. Foster gets spun around, and they could have called another one there. They don't. Haviland gets it tapped. He's trying to carry it behind the net. Foster in on it. Back over to Popovic. He's trying to feed it back in behind the net, and then it goes high up off the glass. That's a high stick. There it comes out of the zone. Kannenberg's going to have to tag up on that. Pops had his stick up a little bit high, but I think Kannenberg did the right thing by tagging up and getting the whistle, other than allowing that Arvada player to skate out of the zone with the puck.
So I realized Arvada dropped his stick on that, but I thought there should have been a hooking call on Foster.
Yes.
Against Arvada.
I did say that. Kannenberg behind the net. Egelceder with it. Egelceder caught up with the referee. Making a pass. Coming out hot was Kannenberg. Drop there for Toto. Ben Toto working his way through center. Coming in. Toto still has it, working through, and Toto gets a shot. Second champ in there by Woolley, and it's underneath the goaltender. Toto trying to go end to end. Good work there, but no rebound once again to be found. Sticking with this line, and Benevelski's going to step into Kannenberg's spot. Egelceder staying alongside him on the left point. Toto back out to Woolley, kicking it across. Benevelski to Egelceder, shoots one in. That's off of Medeo in front, but Medeo tries to knock it down. Arvada finds it and sends it out of the zone. Egelceder forced back into his own end, makes that pass across to Benevelski, sees a man at center and gives it to Medeo. Austin can't tip it deep enough, but Toto has it bounced down in front of him, kicks it off of his skate, and Arvada spins it around. Trying to gain across this red line, they flip it in. They still have 30 seconds left on this power play as Arapahoe sends it behind the net. Egelceder up off the boards. They're trying to get this out of their own zone with the man advantage, and they can't even do so. Egelceder back in. Arvada's just pinching this one up, trying to kill some time off the clock. It kicks out to Toto. Toto has Woolley way up ahead of him. Toto's going to carry this one through center. His line mates check up. Toto walks in, shot, blocker save. Off the boards and out. Kannenberg keeping that one in. Good job there, and Austin keeping this one in even further. Reverse hit there. Austin Medeo going down in the corner. 1:20 left to go. Still a 1-0 goal, but comes back out to the point. Underneath the tape of Benevelski. He's racing back. He's got a man coming at him. Keeps this one outside the zone. McGowan trying to flip that out, but Arvada kicks it across the blue line. Their man was trapped in deep, and a whistle is blown with 1:08 left to go here in the first. Blair, Woolley, and McGowan. Owen gets back to the defenseman in Arvada's side of things. Kolchevsky into the corner. Slid around back to the Weber. Reeves working his way through center, feeds that one up ahead. It's caught up in McGowan's skates at the blue line. And that screaming is coming from the bench that we might hear a little bit more of in about 50.9 seconds. McGowan, Lair, Weber. Weber after it. Tipped away. Lair trying to lift the stick. Back over to Weber to Lair. Reeves in the corner. He finally puts this one ahead. He gains control. Weber trying to skate around and looking to knock him off the puck. Centering pass comes in front. Sneaking in and couldn't get a clean shot off with 30 seconds left to go. Arvada's coming into the offensive zone. Good work there by Canberg to keep that out. Gloved out at the blue line, and then Lair couldn't get control of it. Tip back. Picked up by Arvada. McGowan takes the man, then he gets off to the bench as Lair takes down. Kolchevsky in off the skates. Arvada turning. 7 seconds left to go as they build up speed through center ice. Foster on the back check, taking that one away. And that's going to wind the time down with 2 seconds left to go. Prokop in the corner with Popovic in front of the net. And the first period finishes up 1-0 in favor of Arvada. We're going to change the period here for you guys. And what is that coach saying right now, Shooter?
Some of the things I think he's saying I'm probably not going to repeat, but essentially what he's saying is put in the extra effort, guys. I think the team seems to be doing a fairly decent job in the offensive zone going after the puck, but when it comes time to transition back to defense and back check, we don't see 5 skaters back checking. And we've had a couple of odd man breaks, and it's all because we're being lazy on the back check.
Back checking is a key part of this game, as we saw in the first period. Those couple of 2-on-1s, the second one turning into a goal for Arvada. They look a little bit more settled on the bench, but their coach is still giving it to them over there as well. A very hard-fought first period. 16 minutes back up on the clock. We're going to get into the second.
I might mention we have some new video equipment. We have a new fancy tripod. It's making things a lot easier to try to create more fluid following of the puck. And so we'll get better as time goes on, but hopefully you're having an enjoyable experience at home or in Jakarta or wherever you are.
Still got a viewer in Jakarta. I know we got some fans in Turkey right now on a cruise ship. We've got people up in British Columbia. Of course, we've got our Michigan friends and our Massachusetts friends. And Edna in Arkansas is always tuned in to the broadcast. Big shout out to her as McGowan, Weber, and Laro are out there to start this period. Winning that one back was McGowan. Kolchevsky gets it over to Cannonberg, who has to be quick on turning that one out. Tipped up by Weber, and then back into the offensive zone by Arvada. Bouncing puck gets into Kolchevsky and then fed back out to the blue line. McGowan able to control and get it out. McGowan across the red line, sending it in deep onside. Lair going after it. Good work there. Almost had that puck was Reed Lair. Cannonberg breaking up the play at center ice, and Arvada sends it around. Owen Big Rig Moore has a little bit of time with this. Trying to tip that one out, gets it to Lair, clear of the zone. Arvada has to take some time as their players were offside as they go back to their own blue line, getting set up in neutral territory. Backhand flip off the net and down. That one's going to bring all the way down. Or not all the way down, I guess. Offside is, or outside on the offside dot is what they're going to call it.
Sean Reed not happy with one of his players.
No, that is the Arvada head coach. Reeder used to be a DU with you, didn't she?
DU.
Unbelievable coach, unbelievable guy, just a great all-around person.
Guy.
We were still at Arvada when he came up there, and he was a breath of fresh air for a lot of the players and the organization, bringing some new ideas into it. As now he continues to coach the Bantam AA team up there. And his squad hangs on to a 1-0 lead here with 15:01 left to go in the second. OTT Sports Network live with you in Centennial, Colorado. Doing a good job of tying his man up there was Ben Toto with the face-off drop. Oh, stolen away behind the net though. Medeo gets it out. Toto trying to walk through his man. Medeo following through on there. F2 couldn't keep it in. And then it's past Gruber. Eggleseder working his way. Drop pass doesn't work there. Eggleseder crashes in the boards. Gruber comes in to give him a hand. Gruber going into the far side. Pushing his man in. Back out to the blue line. Woolley doing a job against somebody about 4 times his size. Arvada still has that through the skates of Eggleseder. His players are diving. Another shot. Prokop doing what he does so well, keeping that one out of the net. Woolley keeps it out and then sends it out. Toto chasing him down, trying to get that one away. They check up on him. And Arvada has a couple players in behind the changing Warriors. Good job there by Eggleseder to get back into the play as he doesn't complete his change. Haviland across to Benevelski. Sees Foster at the blue line. Oh, couldn't quite get it over to Popovic. Good opportunity there. Turned quickly around by Arvada. Back out to Eggleseder. He's at center ice. Back in. Eggleseder settling down. Benevelski feeding it to Haviland. It's tipped. Trying to get it over to Popovic. Foster both inside the blue line, but not for long. Arvada doing a good job of turning this around quickly. Their transition game works them into a 3-on-2, and another shot comes in with Prokop making the save. Back over to Foster, off the boards and out. Haviland can race for this one. Can he get to it first? Fighting his way through, can't get past the defenseman. And Foster trying to lift the stick and break this play up at center ice. Back into Owen Moore. Riggs got Haviland off the boards, turns up outside of Haviland's reach, but it's inside the offensive zone. Foster and Popovic there to help him. Foster skates around a couple of players, back out to the point. Benevelski can't get a good shot off Foster with the backhand. Underneath the goalie, puck is still loose. Off the boards, back out to Moore. Keeping that one in, comes in off the face, I think, of one of the defensemen. As Popovic's tying his man up. Popovic's down, back out to the point. Weber steps in, takes a shot, blocked in front. Back over to McGowan in front, couldn't find the rebound. And finally, a little bit of effort by the Warriors as they get a couple of opportunities.
That was encouraging to see.
We are going to need to see that, what my favorite word, sustained a little bit, Shooter. McGowan, Weber Lair. Working to keep it in the blue line there. Kolchevsky now cross. McGowan gets shouldered. Arvada with the puck, back over. It's on McGowan's blade. McGowan with the backhand, couldn't clear it all the way to the far side where Lair was looking. Kolchevsky gets it back across the blue line and then stolen away by Arvada. Canterbury stepping in front of the player, pushing on him. Bringing it around the boards to the blue line. Arvada keeping this one in. Shot blocked in front. Trying to pick up another attempt. McGowan with a good stick lift keeps this out. Trying to flip it through center. It's taken away by Arvada and kicked right back into the Warriors zone. Canterbury back behind his own net. Arvada taking some changes. So he knows he's got Weber up and Weebs tips it. And they're waving off icing as Luke Weber goes into the offensive zone for it. Tries to take it away from the goaltender. Couldn't quite center that pass. But McGowan looking for it at center. Weber on the back check. They poke it in past Kolchevsky. Joe Kolchevsky and Canterbury out on defense. Taken away again by Kolchevsky. And now with the falling defense player, Canterbury's got a chance. He's got Woolley with him. Across, and Woolley finding his own rebound, puck still loose, bouncing in front. Woolley still can't get to it. Back out to the blue line, Gruber. Desmond Gruber with the shot that's kicked out by the defenseman. Good pass there by Cannonberg on that break as they're continuing to pressure in here on the offensive zone. Medeo sending that one back in around deep. Toto on the far side. Out to the blue line. Eggleseder keeping it in. Back over. Medeo and Gruber doing some work on the boards. Gruber's in deep, but being backed up there on the point by Toto, who sneaks into the slot but couldn't find the rubber. Oh, that's Popovic now, sorry. His lines get changed up. And Medeo, Dwayne Johnson's his man in the corner.
Honestly.
Gruber with the shot, and it's still loose in front of the puck. They've got to be able to find a way. Knocked down there by Eggleseder. Good work at the blue line. Keeping this puck in. They've got a very tired D-court. Trying to take advantage. Foster around the far side. Haviland chasing after his man. They're going to send that one the length of the ice and call it icing. And unlike the NHL, they will be able to get a change.
Great job by the Warriors.
That's the frantic action we need. Because one of those times it will find its way behind this goaltender in the black jersey, standing tall between his legs. Foster to Haviland taking that one off the draw. Back over to Foster, a high flip off the backhand by Arvada. Moore chasing this one on his backhand, sending it around to the far side for his partner Benevelsky. Sasha flipping it up to Popovic, couldn't quite clear the zone. Now Arvada's picking it up. Haviland steals that away, but not outside the zone. Benevelsky forced back inside the slot, trying to turn on this puck out to the blue line. It jumps across. Popovic, can he take away this pass? He knew it was coming across, couldn't reach down for it. Sent clear of the zone by Arvada. Back in for Moore and Benevelsky. He leaves that one for Moore. Off the boards hard and out. That one's tipped and the icing's weighed off with Haviland chasing the man into the far corner. They turn on him, trying to work their way up. He's looking to get away with a hook there. It goes past McGowan and back out to Benevelsky. Benevelsky tangled up with a couple of Arvada players. Then he makes the block with Moore picking up that loose puck around the far boards to Haviland. And icing waved off again as that one's tagged up by the Arvada player. Blair going after it. McGowan forcing his way into the corner, trying to get this one back out to Moore, who's at the point. McGowan goes down. Blair coming, trying to take his man out. Swung around to the deep corner. Outside the zone, but right back in as Blair knocks it and turns. Good job there, Cannonberg, waiting for his guys to get onside, and then a backhand drop pass doesn't quite make it to him once, and then Weebs with the NWB, but McGowan manages to finally get to the puck, shoveling that one across, and Pops is going to chase it down. Weber out. Kolchevsky back to Weber, in deep. Toto and Popovic going in on the forecheck. The goaltender's not going to give him an opportunity. He covers that one up. We're at 8:06 into the second, or left in the second period. It's a 1-0. Where are my words today, Harry? Spit them out. 1-0 hockey game. Arvada leading your Warriors. Cannonberg forces man into the corner. They still have the puck, and then they fire one that goes up over the crossbar. Bouncing back off the boards out to the blue line, looking for that tip in front, sending it wide, but keeping that puck in at the blue line. That is not offside, and Kolchevsky still can't get that one out. Taking the player down, but Arvada controls in the offensive zone. They take the hit, but it's Toto Popovic taking a shoulder to the head there as he gets knocked down. Pop's getting some time there with Toto and Madeo on this line. Kolchevsky. Toto, he got turned on that one. That one's going to be a penalty against Arvada as they caught Toto in the numbers, but Madeo can get to this. Austin Madeo trying to come in. They force it in, and Madeo trying to get this one on a high. He still has Popovic. Delayed penalty is coming, and it's tagged up by Arvada. Good hustle there by Madeo. Power play opportunity coming at you for the Warriors. It's going to be Weber, Foster, and Haviland, Eggleseder, and Benevelsky. Foster winning back one to the point. Benevelsky back off the boards to Weber. Haviland takes a man out. Weber now has it. Trying to send it across. Gets it over to Eggleseder. Takes a shot in there. Eggleseder can't keep it in the point. Now he's got to race down, and there's going to be a breakaway shorthanded attempt coming in here by Arvada. And Eggleseder gets just enough stick on that one to keep it out. Over to the far side, now up to Weaver. Looks at him coming through. That's going to be offside as him and Foster just got tangled up there. Good play, but a dangerous one going the other way. As a shorty breakaway is never a good thing. Toto winning this one and keeping it for himself off the draw. Can't get the shot through the defender. That one's blocked down, and Arvada turns it, puts it out to the blue line, and it's kept in by Moore. Not by Moore, by Cannonberg. He's with Benevelski, who keeps it on the far side. Benevelski and Medeo now trying to work their magic, and it sneaks past Cannonberg back into his own end. Cannonberg, with a kick off the skate as he was looking to go deep to Woolley. And Toto goes down. Cannonberg again trying to feed that all the way up and gets it through to Deacon Woolley. Woolley gets it back over Medeo, shooting off the post.
Unbelievable.
Turning, firing back in. Toto's in behind the two defenders who collapse on that. 40 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Arapahoe, but Arvada sends it in deep. Benevelski is going to pick up this puck after Prokop stops it behind his own net. Benevelski getting set up, seeing which way he wants to go. He's found Medeo, who's got Woolley way up ahead of him, and Foster is there as well. Here comes Devin Foster. Gets stood up at the blue line. And a 2-on-2 for Arvada develops. Broken up by Cannonberg. A loose puck's bouncing around. Nobody can see it. Cannonberg can't get it out of the zone, and Foster's going to try. Sending it back out. Now with 7 seconds still left to kill off this penalty. Arvada had it inside Arapahoe's zone. Popovic looking for the tip. Haviland looking for the tip. Players out of the box and back to 5-on-5 hockey. Foster hard off the board. Sees Popovic, and Pops can turn. Can Pops get going on this one? And he just couldn't get his legs moving in time. It's stripped away. Benevelski in his own end, around by Arvada. 4:40 left to go here in the second. A tightly fought hockey game. Devin Foster off the glass, takes a bounce off the stanchion. Popovic couldn't pick it up. Now Arvada steps back in offside as they've got that long change second period, and a player was caught hopping over the boards. Harry Haviland here with you, the OTT Sports Network. Proud to bring you this game wherever you may be across the globe or in outer space. We don't know. You could be in the Mariana Trench right now. There's some pretty cool things they do with Starlink these days. We are happy to have you here with us. Tomorrow we're back on the ice at 11:50. That one will be at South Suburban Sports Complex. If you can't make it down, of course you can tune in. We are not going to be missing a game this season. Gruber's going to get a holding call there as he takes his man down. Desmond Gruber picked up in free agency last July, signed as he's played his previous years over in Littleton. A really good pickup. He's been good fit here on this team. University of Denver. Oh, my bad. See? University of Denver, not Littleton. But a good free agency pickup here for these Warriors as he's been a big part of this team. But he is going to go sit in the box for a couple of minutes, and his teammates are going to be trying to kill this penalty off. Toto and Woolley out with Benevelski and Eggleseder. Arvada setting up on the offense. Warriors doing a good job of keeping it to the outside, not getting too much hastiness on it, and it forces the mishap there by Arvada. Arvada stepping across the blue line, keeping this on side, working away right up the middle, and then a drop pass back. Short-handed shot comes in. Prokop had to be quick. Arvada picks this one back up behind the Warriors' net. Cross and clear the blue line, set down by Arvada. Woolley putting a little bit of pressure on as they drop that pass back and reverse it onto the other side. Arvada with the pass across, top of the slot, looking to take the shot off. That was deflected off Benevelski, and Prokop was quick to flash the pad. Arvada at the top of the circle. Set up out to the blue line. Another shot comes in. And that is Simon Prokop closing down for the whistle. Sorry, 3:14 left to go. I was just talking to a server who was down here asking if we needed anything in the press box. They take care of us here at the Avalanche Bar and Grill. Arvada shot comes in. They send it wide. Prokop was trying to glove that off the backboards. Arvada picks it back up. They got another attempt here as they get set up at the blue line. All the way across. Back out to the point. Back into the corner. Kolchevsky. Players should be coming out of the box here in 26 seconds, but Arvada is still working their way around in the offensive zone. Arapahoe doing a good job by making them not able to get a shot off there. And then one does get through. And Hank Cannonberg has some very pleasant things to say there. You think they're exchanging cookie recipes or what?
Hank's having none of it. He doesn't want any cookies from Arvada. He just wants Arvada to go away.
Okay, I couldn't read lips through his cage. Avalon tied up to the draw, gets thrown down. There's still 16 seconds left to go here. With Popovic trying to get it out, Arvada turns, shoots one wide. Cross to the top of the zone. 4 seconds left. Man stepping out over the bench. Arvada still has it, looking for the shot. They send that one across, back to 5-on-5. It's Foster coming in to join his teammates now, working their way off the glass and out. Avalon going after him. Continue to put the pressure on. They knock it up off the boards, trying to get this out. Making the changes dangerous there as a too many men, but now coming in, Arvada takes a shot. I don't know if Prokop got a piece of that or not. Benevelski out of his own zone looking for Weber. Lair and Foster alongside him as they put this one in on the forecheck. Weber taking that away, kicked down by Owen Moore at the blue line and kept in. Lair falls as he trips over the top of the circle, gets back up as Foster seals it away in front to Weber, turning, not being able to get a shot up. Benevelski, he's just going to send this one in, looking for a rebound in front. Lair and Foster. Foster gets cross-checked from behind into the post. And then another shot there as Arvada's getting feisty, but Foster does draw the penalty, and Arvada's going to be killing another one off here.
Why did you blow the whistle? There wasn't a touch on that. Puck was
net's
loose.
off. Net was off. Foster took the net off with his head as he was cross-checked. But that one's going in deep, and here comes the playoff unit of Toto, Woolley, and Medeo, Moore, and Benevelski. They've got 1 minute and 24 left in this period to send us to a tied second intermission. Toto back out to the point, but it sneaks through Benevelski. He goes across to Moore. Moore sending it in deep. Toto chasing it down. Toto bounces off of his player, and Arvada sends that one the length of the ice. Is it going to be draw weight, or is it going to get across? They wave it off as it just barely crosses the zone. Off the boards and out. Now Arvada's going to, or Arapahoe is going to send it into the Arvada zone for a icing on the power play. I'm not a keen fan of that play there, Shooter.
Nor am I. Don't think it was intentional, though.
Toto, William Medeo still out there. Toto's going to try and send this one back into the corner. He gets it over there for Moore, who's tied up with his player. Or no, sorry, Cannonberg. Toto and Cannonberg digging for it. Toto coming out. He's going to carry this one across the red line. Toto continuing to hang on to it as everybody checks up. Toto still has it. They're coming in back on him. Can't get a clean shot off. Woolley looking for the rebound shot. Back to Toto. Saved by the goaltender. Puck loose in front. Over to the far side. Cannonberg trying to keep this one in. Arvada turns and sends it. And they're going to call that one icing with 22 seconds left to go in the period.
This Arvada goaltender is standing on his head. He is coming up huge.
Has made some pretty impressive saves, I do have to admit. Seeing what they can do here before this period comes to the end with the sound of that buzzer is Foster, Popovic, and Haviland.
No, I'm good.
Thank you to our beautiful servers here at the Avalanche Bar and Grill. Shot coming in, Popovic makes it, and it gets off the blocker. And out, Arvada sneaking in behind the D. They've got a shorthanded chance here with Benevelski coming in, stepping around, and that puck gets finally knocked off by Egelseeder. Haviland on the far side, skating his way through. He's got to shoot this one in. He can't quite tip it across the blue line. And stepping into the third with a 36-second man advantage, but we are still at a 1-0 hockey game at the end of two. I like a little bit more of the effort they had there. They had some quality chances going through that second. Just, again, as we were talking about at the beginning of this broadcast, the conversion rate that they have on those in front of the net opportunities is a little bit too low.
Yeah. But again, it also has a lot to do with a goalie who's playing really well for Arvada. But yeah, we got to get a little bit more creative in our shot selection when we're picking up the garbage in front of the net.
True story. This Avalanche rink at Family Sports Arena, again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I don't like this rink. It's one of my worst rinks in the league. And this is the actual practice facility for the Colorado Avalanche. Second period here, we are watching some Warriors hockey, and it is brought to you by Prestige Worldwide, Worldwide, Worldwide. They are the best at everything they do. You can give those boys a call if you need security, you need entertainment, you need a Catalina wine mixer. Give them a call. Prestige Worldwide, Worldwide, Worldwide. It's going to be McGowan, Lair, and Weaver to start this period, or it was, and now it is not, as the coach makes the last-minute decision, and Toto, Woolley, and Madeo step over the boards.
It's pretty exciting that we have these great sponsors now.
It's amazing.
They're just rolling in it now.
Noah's Arcade, Prestige Worldwide. If you want to be up here, you want to get that shout out, you just let us know. We can make it happen here. And we work pretty cheap here at the OTT Sports Network. You can either fuel up the jet or buy us a beer, your choice. Cannonberg trying to work his way into the offensive zone. Still on the power play, bounces out to Benevelski, sending it back in deep. 13 seconds left to go. Being careful, trying to get control. This one is the player's going to step out of the box and they don't want it in behind him. It goes through Cannonberg, and Benevelski back in his own end, turning. Benevelski back to Cannonberg. Hang sends it, it's tipped by Woolley, so they will wave that one off. And we're back to 5-on-5 in the final 15 minutes and 15 seconds of this game underway. Pass Cannonberg again. Up off the boards, Madeo couldn't quite get to it. Toto trying to lift it out and back over to Madeo. Awesome, Madeo rips one in. Pad saved by the goalie. Madeo going back into the corner. Lift it up. Do not touch that. Do not touch that. Do not touch that. Oh, that could have been.
Do not call that. Do not
call
that.
Do not call that. That was definitely too many men I would have been shouting for if it happened on the other side. Kept in or not kept in by Haviland at the blue line. They're going to reset just outside the Arvada zone and right inside their bench. Right beside their bench. I guess they're not going to be inside the bench. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. But rarely do things make sense on the OTT. Foster poking that one forward. Trying to make that pass up. They send it a little bit too far, which gives Egelseeder some time to come back and pick it up. Dylan Egelseeder sends that one. Popovic come over, picking it up off the boards. He got caught up in the bottom of the boards there for some reason. Off past to Arvada and out of the zone. Up across the red line, they're going to send this one deep. Prokop's going to steer it over into his right corner. With Arvada putting the pressure on in deep. Egelseeder getting shouldered off that puck. Foster can't quite get to it. Shot goes through the legs of Popovic. Prokop finally got a piece of that, and they're trying to get it back out into the front. Lifted by Pop off the skates of Haviland, turning in front through Gruber and back to Egelseeder, who thought about sending it the length of the ice, then he just flips it out allowing his line mates to get a change. Eggleseder outside the blue line. McGowan off the bench. Couldn't get it. Weaver steals it away though. Here comes Weaver down the right side into the offensive zone. Takes a shot. Blocker saved. Rebound picked up. Allaire shoots that one just wide. Back over to Benebelski. Off the boards to Lair. Through the skates of the ref and out of his extended arms. McGowan trying to swipe back on the back check there, tying his man up, forcing the plate into the corner. 4 more. McGowan takes his man down behind the net with a big hit. Benebelski trying to send this one through clear. Weaver gets it to Lair, and Lair's got a one-on-one opportunity. Reed, Utah Lair works his way down into the right corner. Can't take on all 3 players. Weaver coming in to help him, and Arvada sneaks that one back out to the blue line and clear the zone. It's backhanded back in, offside, with a couple of players falling on the ice behind him. 12:47 left to go here in Centennial, Colorado. Harry Haviland and Shooter McGowan here with you on this Saturday afternoon. It's a 1-0 hockey game. Arvada in the lead over your Arapahoe Warriors. Foster, Popovic, Haviland trying to work their magic. Get it back over to Foster. Foster taken down. Pops tangled up in front of the net. Leaving it back over there for Haviland. Taken by Arvada. Arvada spins it back. Kolchevsky holding the point. Arvada back over to it. Haviland trying to shovel his man off. Pops stepping in behind the play and back over to Kai Haviland in the corner. Trying to backhand drop that one for Popovic, and then Haviland is on the back check. Coming the other way. Kolchevsky looking to take his man out in the corner. Oh, and Foster comes in looking to level the man. 7-7 over there in the corner. Haviland sneaks it out across the zone. Foster, with his hand held at the red line, could not get a stick on that. And Canterbury spins away from his man, but then loses the puck. Canterbury back on top of it with Kolchevsky stepping over to help him out. And Foster finally seen it, where Medeo gets it on the far side and tips it clear of the blue line. That's back in, but Pops is going to send it the length of the ice, and no icing on the play as both teams make changes, and these refs have something to do this afternoon apparently. We might be behind schedule. They're just letting things go. Gruber trying to wind up behind his own net. Up to Medeo, tipping it through. Austin can't quite get it clear of the zone. Back over to Gruber, who finally gets it across the blue line to Ben Toto, who has Medeo up with him. Toto's trying to work his way through. Back over to Medeo. Shot comes off. It was going outside, but Medeo picks up that one off the goalie's pad, ricocheting into the corner. Woolley trying to tap that one back out. Gruber managing to clap it and keep it in. Woolley tangled up at the blue line, and Arvada sends it back into neutral territory. Good pressure here. The Warriors trying to get something happening here as Toto's back at center ice. Woolley going after him. Gruber's deciding he better backpedal out of the zone. It goes across the other side. Haviland come back at him. Arvada tapping it into the corner. Eggleseder trying to drop that one past. Arvada takes it away from him, and then Toto has to take his man into the corner with Gruber and Eggleseder behind the net. Haviland tied up in his legs. Back out to the blue line by Arvada. Ripper comes in, goes off the boards, back out to the blue line. Popovic couldn't get it through. And Haviland misses that, but out to the blue. And another shot coming in by Arvada. Pressure coming in here by Arvada with a little over 10 minutes left to go in this game. A 1-0 lead is what they are clinging to. And Haviland with a weak clearing attempt doesn't get it out. Eggleseder with the hit. Gruber to Haviland. Can't control this puck. He finally gets it. Looking to feed Popovic, who is streaking through center ice. But it's intercepted and sent back in by Arvada. Eggleseder around the far side. More chasing up to it. Stepping into his man. He's had enough speed to work it back into the corner. Moore finally just has enough and uses that size like I like to see him use it. Taking his man to the ice. And then bodying out the other player in front of the net. Gets that one to Woolley trying to find, and that's going to be offside as it's in and out and in and out. Oh, my phone's ringing. Should we put him live on the air? A little bit of a spam call from Fort Lupton, Colorado.
You should answer it. We should do it live on air. Oh, Hey, what just happened here?
Oh, what just happened there?
I don't know. Maybe we got a little.
I don't know what happened, but it's all right. No injuries up here in the press box. The OTT does have great medical coverage, but we'd hate to use it so early in the season.
I think I broke a fingernail on that. Am I covered?
You are covered, for sure.
Good.
Our deductible goes up, so don't fall over the railing on the next episode. Arvada coming in, looking to try and get a shot off. They get it in, and it's under Prokop, and the hits come in.
Speaking of health insurance, Woolley got handed off that draw.
Off that draw right here.
There should have been a call there.
I did see that. They're going to let him get away with a little bit of rough stuff in front of the net here with the face-off draw over the right shoulder of Simon Prokop. They say it wasn't done cleanly, and some instructions being shouted by the coaches on either bench. Tight 1-0 hockey game. Love to see Arapahoe get a goal here, shooter. But Arvada continues to control at the blue line. And they're digging it into Arapahoe's end. The Warriors more around the side. Kept in, Arvada just keeping this one wide. Circle it in front, and the leather comes down. Closing tight on that trapper is Simon Prokop, as he has kept his team in this 1-0 game. Is it this one?
No.
This is a brand new tripod.
Yeah.
It can't be broken. It's the first time it's been used.
It's not broken. I just think that a lot of back and forth here. It's loosening up, and I just need to know which one to tighten.
Oh, okay. Our sponsors here are not going to be thrilled if we're spending their money on a new tripod every game. Update the score. Oh, it is updated. That was an old text. I haven't checked the text line in a long time. It still is 1-0.
We updated it real quick, though.
Foster centering pass taken away in front by Benebelski. There's Gruber behind the net. With the backhand shovel over to Lair, who's out there now with Haviland and Foster. They're trying to tie his man up. That one seeks out. That comes across the blue line. Oh, that was a tight call there. Benebelski has it. Up to Lair, jumps over his stick at center and goes down for an icing call. They wave icing off.
Waved it.
Foster trying to strip this one away. Lair looking for the hit. Haviland skating across to the far side to try and keep this one in the zone. Arvada able to take it back out. Benebelski has it at the red line. Benebelski sending it in deep. Warriors make a full line change here right after Arvada did the same thing. Arvada, though, with the advantage, trying to break this one out. Forced into the side by Canterbury. And it's off McGowan's shin pads back into the corner for Canterbury. Backhand to Toto, gives it to McGowan. McGowan's got Woolley up the far side. Gets it to Woolley, who's got to turn through 4 players. He puts it off the boards for Toto to pick up. Toto can't settle it down, and then it's back out of the zone and then back in. But McGowan was still in the zone. McGowan staying at center with Toto and Woolley right now. A little bit of more line shifting here. I'm not sure what's going on the bench. But Woolley doesn't have a stick, trying to glove pass that one across from his knees. Drew McGowan back out. Moore with a shot comes in. That one's blocked. But Cannonberg picks it up. Cross over to Moore. Left there by McGowan. Back to Moore. Back out to McGowan. He's got some time. A lot of ice in front of that bench. The puck was slow to get through it. And then blocked by Cannonberg. Good work there by Hank. And Toto's going to get a penalty for a rough at center ice. I didn't see what happened. I saw a couple of bodies falling there, but
that would have been 2 minutes for hitting too hard because it was a clean hit. That should not have been called.
I missed it completely, but I'm going to stick with you and say that it shouldn't be a call. And for Arapahoe's sake here, Arvada's got the 1-0 lead, and now they have the power play. We've got 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. This is where I wouldn't mind that, hey, somebody sneaks up and you feed it to him at center ice and go for that shorty.
Yeah.
Winding down into the final 5 minutes of play, trailing by 1 would be good, but not perfect. Arvada doing a good job getting set up again. Tapped away there by Haviland. He's got to race to it. Can't quite get there. Pushing his man off there. Haviland still in on the forecheck. Good work. Egel-Cedar flipping that one all the way down. Good penalty kill here to start this one by the Arvada squad. It's Popovic, Haviland, Egel-Cedar, and Gruber out there. But Arvada's now working their way out of their own zone, trying to get this one in to get set up on the offensive side. That was icing, or offside, sorry. And the linesman on the far side called that, not the guy right in front. The guy right in front must be the one that has a party to get to this afternoon.
She wants to drop it in the center.
I'll take that. Center ice draw here for Foster. Out there now with Woolley, Kannenberg, and Venovelski. Woolley has the puck, does the right thing, and just flipping this one loose into center ice. Sent down, and that should be icing against Arvada. Good. I'm impressed here with the penalty kill so far, Shooter.
Talk about the quality of this rink. What does that say? 621 on the scoreboard? It's really faint, hard to read.
Can't even see. Yet on the other side of the wall behind the benches is the Avs training facility and their lounges and everything, which I just watched, or didn't watch a documentary, sorry. I've seen a lot of documentaries on the college arenas. Those are unbelievable. But the Utah Mammoth just built their new facility, practice facility. 2 state-of-the-art sheets, unbelievable gym, cold plunge tubs, hot tubs, steam rooms for all the boys to just get in there, have a good team bonding moment. I mean, that's quality when you're a billionaire owner wants to spend some money. Come on, Kroenke, I'm talking to you. I know you're listening. Woolley trying to take this puck away as Kannenberg's now backed into his own end. Ain't can't send it around. He's trapped up behind his own net. Shot ripped in. Prokop sees that one and puts the glove out to catch it.
But you know, there is one thing that Utah does not have that we do.
Stanley Cup?
The Avalanche Bar.
The Avalanche Bar,
okay.
Yes. The Avalanche Bar and Grill right here at the South Suburban Family Sports Complex.
A soon-to-be sponsor, I would assume.
So I was actually looking for a picture. I couldn't find a proper picture. I'm going to have to take one because they were so kind enough as I walked in there half an hour before opening today. And she's like, okay, your press pass will work. Can I get you something? Just don't bring anybody else in here. So I sat in there, did all the pregame notes and sponsorship work here on the camera. And the fine folks at the Avalanche Bar and Grill allowed me to do that with the beverage in my hand, might I add. Popovic shoveling that one out, keeping this one out of their zone with 16 seconds left to kill off of this 5-on-4. To Haviland. Oh, was looking for Popovic. It's taken away by Arvada. Arvada can't get control. This one pops again, sending that one in. This should kill off the penalty, and I don't think Arvada had any quality chances on that one. They did get a couple of shots off, but now as the penalty expires, they work their way in, and it's taken away by Weber. Over to Popovic, drop pass back for Weber, and then Weber picks it up. Offside, as Popovic and Weber made 6 too many passes before they got across the blue line.
Yeah, but even despite that, I didn't think that it was offsides.
You don't think so? Oh,
I didn't. Well, I mean, I'd have to go back and look at it, but
I'll go with you. I'll take your word for it.
The fans right there on the blue line didn't seem to think so.
That is the coach of the Lady Warriors team. We're going to be playing right after us. Josh Suter, shout out to him. Trying to help us out with a call. He doesn't get it. Woolley around. He's out there with Foster and Weber. Woolley taking it away. Woolley still has it. Flipping that one high. It gets dropped down in front. Kolchevsky stepping in off the blue line, looking for it, but the Arvada player takes it outside the zone. Woolley off the boards. And then taken away again by Venovelski. Woolley over, walking around, and Devin Foster has a chance. Yes! Hard work paying off, and Devin Foster goes top Canada, making a 1-1 hockey game. Good steal there by Foster. Tying this game up late in the third period. 4:26 left to go in the action. The OTT Sports Network is the only place you're going to find it. Home of your Arapahoe AA Warrior Bantam team. Haviland at center now with Medeo and Popovic. Not sure what's going on the bench, but I haven't seen the same line out here twice. Benebelski and Moore on the blue line. Haviland trying to win this one forward. It's turned and sent in by Arvada. Behind the net for Moore. Off the boards. That's Medeo on the far side chasing it in. Haviland stepping in front of the player, trying to take this puck away. Back over and Moore helping him out. Haviland in the corner with it. Decides to turn back the other way. Gets it over to Benebelski. He's got some room up the right side. Sends it across to Noah Popovic, who's coming in. Oh, to Medeo. F3, Haviland takes the shot, and that's deflected over the net by the stick of the defender. Medeo looking for the hit. Popovic still pressuring, back over. Benebelski gets the tip of his blade into it, and then Pops runs his man into the glass right below the press box. Big rig Moore steaming his way through, takes a shot. It's onto the net, and Arvada is back pedaling with Arapahoe putting the pressure on. Momentum in favor of the Warriors here. We got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game late in the third. Foster, Woolley, and Lair. Oh no, Weber. Sent out to the blue line and then clear. There you go, see they're tying his man up, but he's going to get an interference call for that.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's,
wow.
That's just tying up your man. Is that not like...
You don't make a call like that with 3 minutes left in a tie game.
But it's going to be a penalty kill here for the Warriors. Not much I can say about that one. The ref made his decision, and it's 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes here for Arvada. Woolley pressuring his man out to the point. Woolley, getting the hands up on that one, then gets knocked down, but the puck sneaks across the blue line. Arvada's forced to reset at center ice. Arvada turning around, winding their way in, tapped across out of the way by Hank there. And now he just keeps him in the corner, off the boards and out by Foster. Foster and Woolley take off for a change. It's going to be Popovic and Haviland coming out to kill off this penalty. Popovic takes it down at center ice across the blue line, across the red line, and Popovic still has it. Pops comes in, shoots one in, forcing the goalie to hang on to that. Good work by Noah Popovic on the penalty kill. They've got themselves an offensive zone draw. Haviland's going to take this draw with Popovic on the left wing. Kolchevsky stepping onto the right with Benebelski hanging out at the blue line. Kept in there by the Warriors. Little bit of pressure on, but they don't want to get too aggressive here with Popovic and Haviland still inside the offensive zone. Arvada winding their way up inside their own end. Pass across. The second pass comes in, and now Pops on the back check as he tries to split the D. Does, and manages to get a shot off. It gets sailed wide of the net. Out to the blue line. Arvada keeping this one in. On the half wall, trying to get this one set up. Quarterback in the power play, making the pass back out to the blue line. Off the skates with the defenseman, and she gets it back. Into the right wing, looking to take a shot, and Prokop makes no mistakes, angling that one out, catching it in his belly button, and keeping this a 1-1 hockey game. 46 seconds left to go in a man advantage for Arvada. Yes, absolute brutal call. Morsey texted into the line. Nothing we can do about it now as this penalty kill's been working. Arvada's got it out at the blue line. Still trying to set up. They take this one over to the left side, back out to the point. Good job here. They're not giving him a lane. Foster, a little bit of tension up at the blue line again. Back into the corner. Kolchevsky going after him. Not allowing any shots to come through yet here. They're at the top of the circle trying to tip one in. It's bouncing around loose in front. Another shot comes down and it's kicked out. 14 seconds left to go. Arvada still has this inside the Warriors zone. Arvada with the short side shot sneaks that one in on the power play. 2-1 with 1:24 left to go on a questionable call on a power play goal by Arvada. What's up, Omar? I got 1:24 left to go here as I spilled something all down my shirt. Not sure what that was, but it's going to be a timeout here by the Arapahoe Warriors. Almost made it through that penalty kill shooter. They did a great job, and that short side one just tucked.
It's unfortunate that we ever had to be in that position to begin with because, again, I would not have called that.
I got to be nice to the refs. Kai's reffing tonight at the Apex Center in Arvada enemy territory tonight, so I'm going to have to be up there trying not to scream at referees. But what are they going to do? Try and get this one deep and get Prokop out of the net would be my guess.
And 124, is that what it says?
I think so, through the mesh at this beautiful state-of-the-art arena.
Can't say it enough, right? The legends of Nathan McKinnon, Cale McCarr, all skate right here on this crappy ice.
Looks like Popovic, Haviland, Woolley, Benevelski, and Cannonberg. Nope, Benevelski's skating off. Woolley, Haviland. Look at the forwards they got out on here, and they got Cannonberg lining up on the wing.
I like that call, actually.
Woolley and Popovic back on D. Cannonberg up on the wing. Haviland to take this drop. 5-on-5 with 1:24 left to go. That one's sent back, and Popovic's going to be the first one back to pick up this rolling puck. Pop off the boards. I don't think the play went as they drew it up off that drop, but now Arvada's pushing in front of the net. The puck is loose. It's underneath Woolley. He can't find it, but the ref's going to blow the whistle. And they're going to go with plan B. Haviland being swapped out for Benevelski. They're going to go back with 2 defense. As they're trapped up in their own zone for this draw. Foster winning it back. Benevelski sending it over to the far side for Popovic. Pops tips it around him. Out to center. Woolley's up ahead of him over off the ref, and the ref gets taken out. So
What's the whistle for?
was that offside?
No, it was not offside.
It was offside?
It was?
I think it might have been offside, but I was hoping that the ref that got taken out on the far side didn't call it. 58 seconds left to go. Final minute of play here at Family Sports Arena on this Saturday afternoon. Warriors trailing by 1. What can they do? Foster forcing his way through. Woolley trying to sneak the puck underneath, and they call another offside. Seems to be an awful lot of offsides being called right there at that blue line.
By that ref?
Yeah, by that exact ref. And coaches from Arapahoe are getting a little bit heated here as the ref is not dropping the puck and their players are trying to get into the play. They do win that one, but Benevelski couldn't control it. Woolley coming back. That one rolls in behind the net for Cannonberg. And Cannonberg tries to slap it up on the far side of the boards. Devin Foster now digging through the Arvada player's skates to try and get it out. He's there with Benevelski. Whoa, Foster's going to end up getting a cross-checking penalty here. Or do they just call that as... No, they're just taking it out. taking it out as it was tied up there, and they say we got to play hockey. Foster's got to be careful though. He's throwing some lumber there. Woolley steps off. Weber comes on. He's still out there with Popovic and Foster. Benevelski and Kannenberg on the point. Got the speedy guys up front trying to kick this one forward with 31 seconds left to go in the game. Kannenberg has to jump onto this one, taps it back over. Nobody there that wasn't wearing a black jersey. Back through over to Benevelski, and Kannenberg and number 13 in black are both going to get the gate for that. They're taking them both, and it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey with coincidental roughings.
Should be dropped in the center, right?
You think so?
Well, I don't know.
It's got to be outside. Oh, no. It's got to be inside because they took them both. And here, the coaches are looking at Weber, telling him, go, just go. 15 seconds left. And Weber's going to go flying up, hoping Foster gets a win here, sends it back. Arvada coming in, trying to get a shot off. Eggleseder off the boards, back up to Foster. Through center, goes behind the skates of Popovic. He's chasing it down. Icing is called. And if they're going to wave any of them off, that should have been it, but I think there goes our Arapahoe's chances of coming back in this game. Hard-fought battle, though. I gotta say, it was back and forth. Some good plays, some things that both teams are gonna have to work on.
I apologize for not updating that score.
We're gonna see Mountain Select tomorrow morning at South Suburban, Rink 1, 11:50 a.m. We'll be there by, what is it, 10:15-ish. And Arvada skates to a 2-1 victory over your Warriors. Those ones sting just a little bit more for me.
That they do.
Things to work on, some things to do. The boys even know it as they skate up for the handshakes. Well, thank you again to everybody who tuned in across the globe, to all of our sponsors, Prestige Worldwide especially, the Avalanche Bar and Grill here at the rink. We'll see you back on the ice tomorrow morning on behalf of Shooter McGowan and everybody on the OTT Sports Network team. You've been great to us, and we will hopefully see you tomorrow. I'm Harry Haviland, signing out.